Hello, welcome to the Happy Families podcast. Today, it's our first New Year's edition of I'll Do Better Tomorrow. For those of you who might be new to the pod, on Friday each week, we review the week that was, or in this case, the last few weeks that were, and have a look at what's working and what's not and how we can do better tomorrow. Why? Because we think as we're transparent about what we're doing in our family, it will help you to make your family life better as well. Today, Christmas. Success or failure. We did a few new things. Did it work or not? Plus, New Year's resolutions. We've got to talk about them and how they're playing out for us so far. Stay with us. All of that and more is next. Hello and welcome to the Happy Families podcast, where you get real parenting solutions every single day. This is Australia's most downloaded parenting podcast. We're really proud and grateful for that. Thanks so much for listening. My name's Dr. Justin Coulson. I'm here with Kylie, mum to our 6 kids, my wife of, oh my goodness, we're coming up to 28 years in a few weeks. Woo! And it's I'll Do Better Tomorrow, Kylie. You're running this one because there's been a lot going on the last few weeks. And while we've been doing our best to work with the family across summer, I've also been working in the office a lot because there's this book about boys that's coming out in a few months' time, and I'm putting the finishing touches on the finishing touches. The final manuscript is, so close, so close. I'm so excited. So, I'll Do Better Tomorrow, Christmas, failure or success?
I am going to say we nailed it this year.
Yes.
And I wish
I must do
that
my,
it did
my wicked
not
witch laugh then.
take me 25 years to learn these things. So I'm going to share a few tips with you.
We had such a great Christmas this year, didn't we?
Yeah. It was so good in all the right ways. It was just such a beautiful day. And I think there were some really key factors that made the difference. So we have 3 adult children working in a shoe store at the moment. Mm-hmm. And I had this genius idea to ask them to start bringing home shoe boxes. And I decided to wrap all of the kids' presents into shoe boxes. So it meant that sometimes multiple presents went into one box, but it also meant that come time to opening presents, everyone opened the same amount of presents. That was the first thing. The second thing was it made wrapping so easy. Who does not love a box with square edges? Clean, easy to wrap, made such a difference. And I actually went through less wrapping paper as a result. But lastly, I coded the wrapping.
That was so cool. The kids are looking at the boxes like, which one's mine? Which one's mine? But
I said I coded it, but I didn't put any tags. There was no tags.
Yeah.
So there was just these beautifully wrapped presents, all boxes underneath the tree, and they had no idea whose was whose until the day. And we actually had some fun with it. I got everyone to pick a different wrapping paper from underneath the tree on Christmas Day. They each got to unwrap it and then work out whose present it was, and that's how they determined what gift wrapped they got.
Yep.
It was just a lot of fun.
Can I jump in really quickly and highlight? Generally, I kind of get overlooked at Christmas, and I'm pretty relaxed about that. Like, I don't need much, and just seeing everyone experience the joy and giving is my favorite way to celebrate Christmas. But this year, for the first time ever, the kids, there have been sporadic moments here and there, but for the first time ever, all of the kids really, really thought hard about spoiling me. And I had the best Christmas ever as well. Like, they were really thoughtful. And as I opened the combined gift that they all chipped in for, I just sat there and I was like, I'm actually speechless. Like, this is just so good.
And what was crazy is one of the kids actually spilled the beans a few weeks before Christmas.
Right. I totally forgot.
But you, number one, totally forgot. But I actually think part of it was because you thought there was no way they would do anything like that.
And let's just say everybody's happy with the gift because the pizza that we cooked in that gift,
was delicious.
The pizza oven was pretty hard to beat. So anyway, I think it was a massive win. Just such a delightful opportunity to sit down and celebrate and be with the family. I loved it. We also did something a little bit different. So our particular church, we don't have Christmas Day services. And I've always felt like that's a bit of a miss. I feel like we should be going to a Christmas Day service to celebrate the most important day on the Christian calendar. So we went to another church with some friends, and I just felt so great to have that moment. And our kids really, like, I was expecting resistance and pushback, and there was a little bit, but then they all were like, no, that was really good. We're so glad we did that. So that was another nice touch, another nice element that made the day really nice.
And I think the other thing that really stood out to me about the day was we actually kept the food really simple. We had delicious meals, but we just kept it really simple. So I didn't spend lots of time in the kitchen and I got to be a part of the family experience. We just focused on time together. We got into the pool, we had a volleyball net set up, and we just played this big ball game together, which we haven't done because we've had lots of little kids for so long. So it was just a beautiful day. By the end of it, I wasn't exhausted. I wasn't frazzled. I was actually just filled with so much gratitude for the beautiful family that we've created together and for the joy that we were able to experience. And as I sat there and I reflected on just the joy on their faces as they're open to their presents, it's really easy to kind of, I guess, get caught up in the materialism of Christmas. But in those moments, what I actually was really grateful for as I reflected on who give the best gifts, it's the people that know us the best.
Yeah.
They know us so well that they know exactly what we need, even when we sometimes can't articulate what we need or what we hope for or what we want. And I feel like it was a little bit of a pat on the back for you and I in recognition that the effort that we've been putting in to build the foundation of strong, loving relationships with our kids all kind of came together in this beautiful bubble of goodness as each kid just delighted in the things that were under the Christmas tree for them this year.
Yeah, 100%. So that's a big win, and hopefully those hints and ideas will be useful for next Christmas. Make some notes. Come back to this podcast episode in November 2026.
I do have to acknowledge a special mention to Santa.
Yeah.
I don't know where he found these mangoes, but these mangoes were so big.
The size
they were
of
like
your head.
A meal in themselves.
We have a tradition that there's mango stuffed in every child's stocking.
Which started when we were poor students who couldn't afford to fill the kids' stockings. So I thought, if I stick a mango in there, that'll take up the whole toe.
It'll clog the thing up, right? And now these mangoes did not fit in the stockings.
They did not.
They were literally as big as your head. Anyway, after the break, our New Year's resolutions, we're going for a 2-for-1 here. We think that some ideas with our New Year's resolutions will also be helpful for you as you kick off 2026. Stay with us. We're back. This is the Happy Families podcast. Kylie, we've won when it comes to Christmas, just gone. The best one we've ever had. It's taken us a long time to get there. Now it's time to talk about our New Year's resolutions because I think
we're nailing it.
After years of getting it wrong and then years of not doing it all because we kept getting it wrong, we're getting it really, really right. So just some context here. Years and years and years ago, I was doing business meetings every quarter. Quarterly goals, what's your vision, all that sort of stuff. And then I realized that if I was doing that for my business, my family was way more important. Why are we not doing that as a family? So you and I started going away. Sometimes it was tricky. Babysitting was a bit of a challenge, but we started going away every quarter to spend 2 nights talking about the stuff that matters for our family and for our finances and our spiritual lives and our physical health and our children and all that sort of stuff. It got too hard with the kids and we didn't do it for a few years.
Well, I think too, sometimes you don't recognise just how much goodness comes from something. You get
and we kind of let
complacent.
it slide. Yeah. And we're doing fine. No, we don't need that. We're fine. But we did it again in December for the new year, the new quarter. And we set some really big goals for this year in all the domains of our lives, whether it's financial or spiritual or physical health or time with the kids and the way we support them or our relationship with one another. Like we went through everything. And the business, we spent heaps of time on that. And like you said, it feels like having done that has given us the recalibration that we need.
Yeah, when I think about the last few years since Emily came home from school and we started homeschooling, if I'm being completely honest, the last few years I feel like I've been in a bit of a brain fog and I have really... I feel like I've been in survival mode. It's been really hard to find motivation, to be intentional about how I use my time. And I've just been really kind of floundering. And so having that time with you before Christmas to recalibrate, to actually get on the same page together, because while we talk often about the things that we want, without setting intentional expectations around how we will achieve what we're going to achieve. It's kind of that cliche, goals that aren't written down are just dreams, hopes that just
wishes, yeah.
They don't become anything. And it's given us the clarity that we've needed to step into 2026 with intention and purpose.
Yep. Yep. So what do you want to say about the goals? Do you want to do some bragging here or what are your plans?
I kind of do, because
Really?
this is a really big deal.
Okay, let's do it.
This is a really big deal.
Okay.
On New Year's Day, I went through all of the cupboards, including maybe my hidden stash in my wardrobe cupboard.
Yeah, that I didn't even know about.
Nobody knew about.
Oh, my goodness, I can believe it when you pulled that out.
Including all of my New Zealand chocolate that we'd brought on our recent holiday and lollies that are literally like childhood favourites that we brought while we were overseas.
Yeah.
And I packed them all up and I gave them away. That was a really big deal for me.
I feel like we need a massive round of applause right now.
That was a really, really big deal. But I feel like it was a huge win.
Yeah.
Because for the first time, I was open to doing it. And can I just say, this is the big clap. We're almost 3 weeks in, and I have not eaten any processed sugar.
Yeah. So that's the thing, isn't
day
it?
one.
Like, no more processed sugar, full stop, end of story.
And the goal around that is we're not purchasing it. And if it's given to us, we'll re-gift it.
Yep.
And it's just not allowed to be in the house. We're just not doing it.
It's a massive win. And we've started exercising. Like, we've got a routine. Gosh, I'm saying we've got a routine, but for the last week I've been travelling Southeast Queensland doing professional development in schools all over the place because it's the start of the year and this is my busiest time.
You're still kind of sticking with a plan, even though it's not the plan.
Yep.
We're trying to move our bodies every day.
But I'm back on the bike. Like, I'm riding, except for this week and next week, I'm riding 300 Ks a week, 250, 300 Ks a week again. And we're doing calisthenics. So it's not like we're spending a mozza on lifting weights or anything. It's body weight exercises. But we've got somebody who's given us some really good guidance around this. And we're feeling, the word that I would use is, we've set these goals, we're implementing it, we're eating well, we're moving our bodies, and we're feeling vital. And it helps around the house. It helps with the kids. We've got energy that we haven't had for so long.
And here's the crazy thing. I don't feel like we're being fanatical about things. Like, there's no calorie.
This doesn't sound fanatical at all. We've given away all our sugar.
There's no calorie counting going on. We've eliminated processed sugars. I mean, that's an important part, right? But we're also just limiting our carb intake. It's not like we've kind of gone cold turkey.
Yeah,
we're enjoying an abundant variety of fruits and vegetables. We're kind of living in that whole food aisle instead of living in the processed aisle at the shops. But I think the other thing that's really important for me, I don't know if it works so much for you, if it's a girl thing or not, but having that opportunity to just daily reflect and affirm the goals that we've set and our intention, and then tracking my progress is making such a difference, because it's so easy to get distracted. It's so easy to get discouraged. And to be honest, in week 1, there was a moment where I literally kind of almost fell off the bandwagon.
Yeah,
it was so close. And then I just remembered what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. And the reality is, I want to feel strong. I want to feel capable, and I want to be able to enjoy life with my grandbaby.
You want to be able to lift up our granddaughter. I was about to say that. Yep.
Yeah. In 20 years, I still want to be able to have fun with them.
So we need to wrap this up. The take-home message, first off, when it comes to Christmas, less is more, and
coated wrapping paper is the most fun.
So much fun. And obviously there's a bunch of other things that we talked about, but less is more would be how I would summarize that. And being
just
really,
focus on time.
Yeah, and being really thoughtful about the people that you love and what would light them up. And the take-home message from this second part is people are really down on goals, but goals work. But goals work best when you turn them into a lifestyle, into a habit, into a rhythm or a routine, into a pattern. You make the big call, but then you do the work daily. You don't say, I'm going to, do this triathlon in March, or I'm going to run a marathon in November. Instead, you say, I'm going to become a runner because that's what I want to do, or I'm going to become a calisthenics gym, whatever it is, workout person because I value strength and vitality. And making that shift it's changing the game for us. making a really big difference. There are take-home messages. Have a great weekend. We need to wrap it up there. Our time is done. We'll be back. We won't be back on Monday. It's Australia Day. Happy Australia Day, everybody, for the 26th. We're back instead on the 27th talking about creating a great relationship with your child's teacher based on a question we've had from a mum who's wanting to get 2026 off to a great start. Plus, we're talking about why we homeschool on Wednesday next week as well. Lots of cool content coming up on the pod. The Happy Families podcast is produced by Justin Rulon from Bridge Media. Mim Hammonds provides research admin and all of our other support. And if you would like more support yourself to make your family happier, you can find it at happyfamilies.com.au.